So, good morning to everyone. It's a pleasure for us to be here again. We'd like to say thanks to IBP for giving to YPI this space so we can share a little bit of our initiative and also give the awards about the YPI Fellows, which is a very prestigious award that we have in our industry. Today, we'll be presenting myself. So I'm Bernardo. I'm a senior pipeline integrity engineer. Blake, Shama, May, if you could quickly give an overview.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Blake Villarubia. I'm from USA, representing YPP USA, pipeline project manager in the engineering services field.
Hey everyone, I know it's pretty hard to pronounce my first name because it starts with K, but you can call me Shama. So I'm currently working as a lead special projects and pipeline integrity at Northern Crescent, located in Canada. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is May Marifat. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I work as integrity analyst at Enbridge Gas.
All right, so I'm sure everyone's wondering what Young Pipeliners International is and what we're all about. Earlier this year, we worked on getting all representatives around the globe and putting a video together and just kind of explaining what our goal, what our purposes are. So I'm going to click on this video and share that. It's only about 2 minutes, and then we'll jump back in after the video plays.
Young Pipeliners International is a forum where young pipeliner groups from all over the world collaborate to share experiences and best practices. Representatives from the groups in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, Europe, Australia, India, Nigeria, China, and Malaysia share the common goal of building the next generation of pipeliners.
We help newcomers to the industry gain knowledge, experience, and understanding of different facets of pipelines.
Another important benefit is to help build their professional network so that they know who they can call when they run into a problem.
Young pipeliner groups are run entirely by volunteers alongside their day job in the pipeline industry. Thankfully, we are blessed to have support from knowledge pipeliners who are keen to give something back to the industry they have devoted their careers to.
The world seems to be changing at a quicker rate than ever before. With many countries signed up to the Paris Agreement, committing to net zero carbon emissions by 2050, it is the under 35s who will spend the next 30 years of their working life leading this charge.
The role of pipelines is critical to this new global quest for humankind, and the current crop of Young Pipeline International members will spend their careers safely exacting this change. This includes cutting unplanned hydrocarbon releases, delivering a balanced energy supply, and enabling hydrogen transport and carbon capture and storage.
Throw in a pandemic for good measure, and there is a call for tech-savvy new generation, much more than ever before.
Can't just expect graduates thrown into the industry and understand all the intricacies.
YPI is a vehicle to help the next generation prepare themselves for the transfer of duty of care in the pipeline industry.
All right, so as all of our representatives around the world mentioned, we're globally represented, and we actually have a common memorandum of understanding that gets renewed every year or every time we bring in a new region in our group, and it's signed by all the groups. It kind of outlines our purpose and our mission. Essentially, a lot of the international framework that we have is about creation of new regional YPP groups, making sure that there's representatives around the globe to help identify the pipeline community in those regions and advance the community of practice that we share here under the YPI umbrella. So there's 10 different YPP original organizations around the globe that Bernardo will go over on our next slide, but that forms our international network. And basically we have quarterly meetings where we make sure that we share our lessons learned, we collaborate together on different events that we have or different things going on in the pipeline regions and how we can help those individual regions advocate for the industry and make sure that we're providing good platforms for the young generation coming up, the generation of pipeliners coming up in the industry really make an impact to the industry and become the future of the industry.
Thanks, Blake. We are quite happy to show this timeline here to everyone because I think that it illustrates the power of YPI. So YPF in Australia started in 2008. Then in 2012, YPAC started, 2015, USA and YPI, 2016, YPP Brazil, 18, Europe, 19, Mexico, and recently we welcomed India in 2020, China, Nigeria, and Malaysia in 2021. So for us as YPI, it's our mission to make sure that this timeline gets bigger and bigger every time. And it's been awesome to see the power that the YPI movement is getting worldwide. In the next slide, we'll just try to illustrate some big numbers in terms of the YPI. So yeah, so we are more than 20,000 followers globally, more than 5,000 registered YPP members, more than 80 events held in 2021. And when we talk about events, it's quite nice because those are the initiatives that every YP group is doing in their region to make sure that we foster the pipeline community. YPI has 7 senior advisors who are always trying to push us forward in order to do the best initiatives for the industry. We are always engaged in LinkedIn and make sure that we pass important messages about the pipeline industry. As we presented, we are 10 groups at this moment, and I'm pretty sure that in 2022 and 2023, this number will increase. And we have countless lives that changed by the YP groups. I think that the role that the YP groups they have in your individual regions, this is something that it's countless, and we're pretty sure that we are making a huge impact globally in our industry.
Great segue there, Bernardo. I'm going to go over what the impact YPI has on the industry, and particularly for the young professionals, but also for the industry as a whole, because it starts from the bottom. It's more of a bottom-up type of impact. And really, we tout ourselves as a community of practice. Like the video said, we're volunteer organizations. Each one of the YPP groups, we're all working through sweat equity, making sure that we're volunteering our time, and that makes us more passionate to do what we do for each of the events that we have. And really, it stemmed from 2008 when a couple of senior advisors now formed YPF, and they've been involved since day one. They're still involved. They've gotten other senior advisors involved with all of our efforts across the globe. And through those senior advisors, it's really identified mentoring opportunities, not only from an advisor role down to a young professional role, but also young professionals as a whole being associated with one another. So you'll see across the globe through each of our 10 YPP groups, all of them have some type of functionality with a mentoring group, whether they're forming their own, whether they're mentoring other YPP organizations, like some of the newer ones that have formed, like India or Malaysia or China. We'll have the regional groups there that are experienced, like Australia, to help them out in their formation and mentor them. And really, what it's done is breaking down the barriers between kind of the knowledge gap and the age gap in the industry that we're seeing, right? We're seeing a lot of older folks with a lot more experience kind of leaving the industry, newer folks coming into the industry. A lot of times it's hard for that communication to happen. So what these YPP organizations around the globe do is break down those barriers and making sure that communication, that mentorship is being there. And since the young professionals have a say in some of those senior advisors' ears, it's really providing them a platform for presenting different solutions and creativity for the solutions that we're seeing in the industry today. For instance, a lot of the senior advisors that mentor some of the YPP groups, they're involved in organizations like ASME, like ASCE, like API, like INGA, and they can provide opportunities for the young professionals involved in the YPP groups to get on those councils, to get in those meetings, to have their voices heard and present their solutions and ideas. So it's really created momentum for the industry organization involvement because of the opportunities through YPP. So another thing that we do for all the YPP members too, through YPI, is create recognition programs via awards, essentially. And later in our presentation, we'll announce who our fellow award winners are this year. But there's other awards that we present as well. We have the John Tarasu Impact Award that's usually presented at the IPC conference coming up earlier next year. And every year we have different annual awards that are represented at those conferences where we want to recognize the young professionals in the industry that are making a big impact. All right, so moving on to the next slide here, I want to discuss the YPI Fellow Award. So this is our prestigious award. It's not actually a competition. It's more of our prestigious award for recognition for those YPI members within their original YPI organizations that have been in leadership awards, been in leadership roles, and basically past members of YP organizations. Basically, some of the criteria here that they have to meet is obviously a past member of a YPI organization, been in a leadership role, and they've made a pretty significant impact to the pipeline community, to their YP organization in that role. So we take this opportunity every year to recognize those individuals. They get nominations submitted by their peers, and the senior advisors go through and they select the award winners from those nominations. And we'll show here in a couple of slides who those winners are. But I'll go through the criteria just a little bit more. I won't go through each detail here, but basically they'll need at least 5 years working experience in the industry. They need to make sure that they're a public advocate for the industry, promoting those values in the pipeline industry, and demonstrate the willingness and ability for continuous improvement for themselves, the industry, their organization, and make sure they're an advocate for those different things. So without further ado, I will introduce over our next 7 slides our 7 winners for this year's YPI Fellow Award, and they're going to be inducted into a prestigious group of fellow award winners, first of which we indoctrinated last year. So going into our first award winner from USA is Joe Bratton. He's been the past chair of YPP USA, as well as a chair for YPI. Right now, he works at DNV as the head of the Integrity Solutions and Compliance Department. And some additional volunteering that he's done is chaired the Young Engineering Engagement Committee at the IPC conference. So congratulations, Joe. You've done a great job, and we're happy to bring you on as a fellow award. Next, another individual from YPP USA, Landon. Again, he's been involved in leadership roles for YPP USA as the past chair, part of the group that actually founded YPP USA and was instrumental in setting up the financial and entire business structure of YPP USA when that was originally formed. A quote here from him is that social media is a key platform to increase the overall advocacy of the pipeline industry, and I know that's been a continual focus for YPP USA moving forward. So thank you, Landon, for all you've done, and welcome to YPI Fellows. Bernardo?
Well, thanks, Blake. From YPP Brazil, we have Raissa winning the award. She's a senior flexible system engineer at Technip FMC. She's one of the initial members of YPP Brazil, and she's an active lead in the Brazilian Young Pipeline community. And Raissa, she is the co-founder of YP Play and the Young Pipeline Experience in Brazil that took place in 2020. So every big initiative that YPP Brazil has performed, Raissa is there. And as she said, we have to show the world that we are not just a node industry, but an essential part of a better future. Well done, Raissa. This is well deserved for you. It's a pleasure to work with you and have you in this such prestigious group. From Brazil as well, we have Thiago Rezende. Thiago is one of the founding members and former vice chair of YPP Brazil. He's sales manager at TIM and co-founder, former managing director at 4Pipe. As Thiago says, young pipeliners have a duty of creating a better perception of our industry. Thiago, congratulations and thanks again. You've done a lot and you still do a lot, not only for YPP Brazil, but for the pipeline community. From YPP Mexico, we have Isaac Ria. Isaac is a founding member and former vice president of YPP Mexico. He's a data analyst at Rosen, he is the liaison between YPP Mexico and Germany. So the sooner we start to build our young professional community, the sooner we'll be prepared for the challenger of our energy future. Congratulations, Isaac, and congratulations to YPP Mexico for all the good work that it's been performed in the past years.
All right, I skipped one there. From YPP Europe, we have Danny Molenu. He's the actually past chair of both YPP Europe and YPI. When Bernardo, myself, and Tyler took over the YPI leadership, Danny left it in great hands, and I know that he did a great job running YPI during his tenure there. He works as the Alternative and Clean Energy Technical Sales Advisor for Halliburton now, and he's on the Picking Products and Services Association board, as well as the advisory committee for the Pipeline Technology Conference. So, Danny, I know you dedicate a lot of time and effort into the pipeline community, so it's great to have you recognized here as a fellow award. Congratulations to you, Danny. And finally, our seventh winner here is Josh Wickham from the Pipeliners Forum in Australia. He was the past leader and chair of YPF Southern Australia. Right now, he's the industry sector manager for pipeline compression at GPA Engineering, and also a contributor to the Energy Pipeline CRC and Future Fuels Pipeline CRC. I know Australia is always doing a bunch of great things down there in YPF, and I'm sure Josh has been a big component of that. So congratulations, Josh. Welcome to the YPI Fellow Awards group. So just say one more time, congratulations to all the new YPI Fellows. We're happy to have such a good cohort of individuals in that group now. And we try within YPI to keep them engaged, keep them pretty much in the loop with everything that YPI is doing, and make sure that they're involved in a lot of those events, mentor roles, and different things, because they're always bringing good things to the table. So that group keeps growing each year, and we're happy to have everyone involved with it. So next, we'll move on to introducing the new leadership of YPI. As I mentioned, Bernardo, myself, and Tyler Tunick, who unfortunately wasn't able to make it today. He's representing YPP USA at another conference. We've been at the leadership helm for the last year or so, but all good things come to an end. But I know that we're going to be leaving it in some great hands here. We've got two amazing co-chairs that are taking over for us, for YPI, Shama Roy and May Marfat. Bernardo, do you want to say anything before we hand it over?
No, just say thanks. Thanks a lot. Congratulations to Shama and May. And please, Shama, May, introduce your new team for us. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Thank you, Bernardo. And special thanks to Bernardo, Blake, Tyler, and the whole team for doing some amazing work last year. I think YP has grown a lot in the last year, and this is so exciting. And we're so excited to take that leadership on and continue the great work that you have done. So thank you. I will just introduce myself first, and then introduce some of the other team members. So again, my name is Shama Roy, and I'm from Canada, involved in YPAC. So I'm currently working as a lead special projects and pipeline integrity at Northern Crescent Incorporation. I'm also an adjunct professor at the University of Manitoba and Memorial University of Newfoundland, located in Canada. So apart from being involved in several pipeline projects in Canada and United States, I have authored over 30 papers, present regularly at the conferences, and also work as a technical reviewer for several journal papers and conferences. And through my leadership and volunteering initiatives, I have leveraged my experience and knowledge to create opportunities and enhance the development of other young pipeline professionals and students. And I'm also excited to have May as a co-chair. She's from Canada as well. So holding a PhD degree in chemical engineering, May is currently working in the integrity management team at Enbridge in Toronto, Canada. So May has over 10 years of volunteer experience through executive and leadership positions, such as Vice President at Society of Women Engineers, Toronto, and Chair, Toronto Chapter at Young Pipeliners Associations of Canada. Thank you, May, for joining me to lead this YPI next year. The next one I have is Daniel from Australia, and he will be the secretary for YPI 2021-2022. So Daniel is a mechanical engineer working at the GP Engineering in Western Australia with experience in the oil and gas, mining, and future energy sectors, including blended and 100% hydrogen transmission pipelines. Beginning as a site-based engineer in mining and minerals, then quickly transitioning to oil and gas, he became an experienced engineer in hydrogen transmission. His experience stems from involvement in projects such as blending studies for the 1,600-kilometer Dampier-Banbury pipelines to currently working on the design of a 127-kilometer DN500 hydrogen pipelines in Northern Australia. Thank you, Daniel, for Thank you, Daniel, for your interest to join us. We're excited to have you in the team. The next one I have is Ethan from United States, and Ethan will be our event lead for YPI 2021-2022. So Ethan has begun in the pipeline industry for approximately 4 years. Ethan has a background in operations, but is presently expanding in regulatory compliance and public awareness capabilities. Outside of work, Ethan enjoys spending time with his lovely wife and 2 daughters in the Tulsa, Oklahoma area. Ethan looks forward to contributing to the growth and benefits of YPI for past, current, and future members. Welcome, Ethan, to the team. The next I have is Anish from India, and Anish will be our communications and marketing lead for YPI 2021 and 2022. So Anish is a professional registered engineer with 4 years of experience working with the executive team of a Fortune 500 company. Anish specializes in engineering and project planning and is responsible for implementing and educating other employees on using progressive systems and applications, including various new sustainable energy uses, mass communication procedures, and strategies towards continuous professional development. Anish is a power force in the workplace and uses his positive attitude and tireless energy to encourage others to work hard and succeed. Anish takes part in speaking lessons and also co-chairs at the groups of young energy and pipeline professionals in their responsibility towards the upliftment and growth of the energy industry. Anish, welcome to the team, and we're excited to have you here. The last one we have is Tao Tao from China, and Tao Tao will be our award lead for YPI 2021-2022. So Tao Tao is currently working in DNV at Hong Kong. He has 12 years of experience in the energy sector with wide-ranging work experience in project management, pipeline integrity management, marine warrant survey, and structural engineering, specializing in offshore engineering. He is also a member of PMI and SOMWS. Welcome, Tao Tao, to the team. As you can see, we have 6 team members for our new group committee coming all over from the world. So we're excited to have it. And again, thanks, Blake, Bernardo, and Taylor for the great work you have done. Over to you, May.
Thank you, Shama, for introducing our team. And I see that we are going over time, so I will not go through all the details on this slide. I just want to say that we make sure that we continue the great work that YPI has been doing over the last year and the years before. So thank you, everyone, for listening. And please reach out to us through the email on the slide. And if we go to the last slide, just want to say that it was great to have this opportunity to talk to everyone at the conference. And again, thanks, Blake, Bernardo, and Tyler for their great leadership last year. Thank you, everyone.